She said she loved me while sleeping with someone else. I paid her bills. I cooked her meals. I gave her 5 years of my life. So when I found out she was cheating, I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I smiled and started planning. This is how I destroyed her life, piece by piece. I wasn't rich. I wasn't handsome. I wasn't the kind of guy women chase in clubs, but I was stable, loyal, reliable. And for 5 years, I thought that was enough. Her name was Leah. We met at a friend's birthday party. She was bold, loud, the center of attention. I was quiet, reserved. I didn't think she'd even notice me. But she did. We talked about music, books, our terrible jobs. She worked part-time as a waitress. I was in IT support. I walked her home that night. And somehow, 2 days later, we were a couple. At first, things were amazing. She made me laugh. I made her feel safe. She said no one had ever treated her so kindly. Within a year, she moved into my apartment. I was paying $1,400 a month in rent. Utilities, food, Wi-Fi, everything was under my name. She said she'd contribute once she found a better job. I believed her. But months passed. Then a year. Then 2. She always had excuses. She was in between jobs. Her last boss was toxic. She was trying to figure out her path. So I paid every month. Without fail. I never questioned it. Because I loved her. Somewhere in year 3, I started noticing things. She'd hide her phone when I entered the room. She started going out with friends every weekend, and she suddenly had new clothes despite not working. Still, I told myself I was paranoid. I didn't want to be that guy, the jealous, controlling boyfriend. Then came the night that changed everything. The phone that burned my world down. I was home late from work. Leah was in the shower. Her phone buzzed on the bed. I don't know what made me do it. Maybe it was instinct. Maybe it was the way my stomach twisted every time she smiled at her screen. I picked it up. No password. The most recent message read, "Can't wait to see you tomorrow." Same hotel? I froze. The sender's name was saved as Melissa Yoga. I clicked the thread. It wasn't Melissa. It was a guy? A guy who had been meeting her at hotels every Friday for nearly 7 months. There were pictures, selfies, bed shots, naked angles. And the worst part? She had sent him the same lines she once said to me. "You're the only one who makes me feel real. I wish I could live with you instead." I put the phone down, and I didn't say a word. The moment I went cold, I didn't confront her that night. She came out of the shower, kissed me on the cheek, and started scrolling TikTok on the couch. And I just watched her, like a stranger wearing the face of the woman I once loved. I slept beside her that night, pretending everything was normal. But in my head, I was already packing the boxes. I wasn't going to yell. I wasn't going to cry. I was going to destroy her entire illusion. The blueprint for revenge begins. Over the next few days, I became someone else. I smiled. I cooked her dinner. I asked about her day. And secretly, I was documenting everything. Screenshots of texts, dates of hotel bookings, social media posts that contradicted her lies. I backed up every utility bill, rent receipt, bank transaction showing I had paid for 5 years of her life. I wanted proof, not for the police, not for court, for her humiliation, because I wasn't just going to leave. I was going to take everything back. The apartment lease, under my name. Every account, mine. She had no savings, no family support, no backup plan, and she didn't know I had already emailed my landlord. I'll be vacating the unit by next month. Please remove any secondary access if requested. She also didn't know I had already rented a smaller one-bedroom. Across town, quiet, clean, cheap. I even hired movers. For me only. The final countdown begins. I planned everything for a Friday. That morning, she left for her usual yoga session. Translation, her hotel hookup. While she was gone, I cleared out all my belongings. Took everything I had paid for, TV, PlayStation, kitchenware, mattress. Left nothing but her clothes and cheap makeup drawer. I left a letter on the floor right in front of the door. Rent's due tomorrow. You have no key, no account, no rights to this place. Hope he lets you move in? I walked away. No confrontation. No closure. No scene. Just silence. But that wasn't the end. Because what Leah did next turned a breakup into war. And lucky for you, that's where part 2 begins. Part 2, she tried to ruin me. So I ruined her reputation, career, and future. Coming next. That Friday evening, I was sitting on my couch in my new apartment, smaller, quieter, but finally mine, when my phone exploded. 15 missed calls. 38 unread messages, all from Leah. Then came the voicemails. How dare you? What the hell is wrong with you? You left me with nothing? Are you insane? You're going to regret this. I swear to God you will. She was screaming, sobbing, begging, then threatening. I didn't respond. Not once. I just sat there, drinking cheap wine out of a coffee mug, and listened to her world fall apart. And believe me, that was just the beginning. On Monday, Leah showed up at my job. Yes. She walked into the office, full Karen mode, demanding to speak to HR. I worked at a small IT company, around 40 people. We were tight-knit, quiet, professional. Leah stormed in like a hurricane. He abandoned me. He stole my stuff. He's been emotionally abusive. I watched from across the room as our HR manager gently escorted her out. She didn't even get to my desk. Later, HR asked me if I was okay. I calmly showed them a folder on my desktop labeled Proof. Inside, screenshots of her cheating. Rent payments in my name only. Photos of our apartment contents, receipts for most of them under my bank account. They nodded. Told me to call the cops if she tried that again. She tries to flip the script. That same night, I started getting weird texts. Anonymous numbers. Random D-miss. Even a couple concerned friends messaging me about things Leah was posting. I checked her Instagram. She'd posted a black and white selfie of herself crying. Caption? After 5 years of emotional trauma, he left me with nothing. Women, please know the signs before it's too late. I almost laughed. She was trying to play the victim. But the real twist? She started tagging mutual friends, trying to shame me, ruin my name. Even DM'd some of my coworkers, telling them I was controlling and emotionally unstable. So I posted nothing, not a single word. Instead, I sent a private message, just once, to her new guy. Let's call him Derek. Derek was the man Leah was cheating with, the guy she was meeting at hotels every week while I was paying her rent. He had no idea I even existed, so I sent him a message. Hey man, you don't know me, but I think you've been seeing Leah. Just wanted to share something I thought you should see before you get in too deep. Then I sent him screenshots of Leah, telling me she loved me same week she was sleeping with him, pictures of her in our apartment. Her messages to me asking me to pay her phone bill while she was texting him from it. He didn't reply. But the next day, Leah's heartbroken survivor Instagram went silent. Revenge gets real. Leah wasn't just dumped. She was exposed. And without me, she had no home, no money, no backup. Turns out Derek had let her crash at his place for a while. But once he saw the truth, he kicked her out too. Within days, she was couch hopping between friends, working night shifts at a bar she used to trash talk. And then came the job part. One of my old coworkers messaged me. Dude, did Leah seriously use your job as a reference? I was confused, so I checked. Sure enough, she had applied for an admin role at another company, claiming she was a project coordinator at my office. Even listed my email as her reference. You already know what I did. I replied to the hiring manager. Hi, I believe there's been a misunderstanding. Leah never worked at company. She was my ex-girlfriend, who recently tried to damage my professional reputation and trespassed at our office. I'd be happy to provide further documentation if needed. She didn't get the job.